What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Summertime Fan, and I'm back with the record pool. And today, I'm honored to have GodSon with us today. You probably seen him on Windy City Live. I mean, all the platforms. I mean, you everywhere. So, yeah. So how did you get? He's actually a gospel rap artist. So, right, that's what you're about. I just want to make sure. So some people say Christian rap and everything like that. So, how did you get the name GodSon?
Well, actually, I mean, it just came from God, honestly. You know, when I transferred over from secular artist to Christian artist, I was praying about it, and that's what He gave me, so that's what I go by.
Okay. So, did you have like any particular song that you would say, like, when you first transitioned over, what song was the main song that you could say, like, this turned me around, like, fully?
As far as Christian rap, was Lecrae was the first Christian rap I started listening to, and this first song was what was it? It's like it go like riding around my city, banging my Christian music, and basically that's just what it was. And seeing him do his thing on the Christian platform, and really like, hey, you could do this, and you don't got to worry about. You just do your thing with God, and you be straight, and that's what really helped me out, and that's what started it right there.
Okay, so since you're on the record pool, I need to know, like, what's on your top 10 playlist? What are you listening to on your top 10? I guess Lecrae is one. So what's the other one?
It's another Christian artist by the name of Seven.
Okay, I heard him.
California. Brian Trejo. I listen to some Kevin Yates.
Okay.
What else? It's a new artist out there, Baby. You know, I just like his little flow. Right. You know, that's pretty much it. I pretty much listen to like the same people for the most part.
So you listen to both? I listen to both too. So that's why I'm like, you know who? Because I know, what church do you attend?
I was attending a church in the city, but now it's a new Christian Valley called Valley Kingdom International.
Okay.
That's where I grew up at. And I transferred back, like say, to that church. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I understand. We've all been there.
Right, yeah.
Even though I ain't transitioned back, but yeah, I'm at Powerhouse Chicago.
Okay.
So shout out to my Archbishop, Bishop William Hudson III. So, so I know that you have some singles coming out and singles dropping. So what's your new single coming out that you have?
It's called Hate Me.
Okay. Kind of like that song. I heard it.
Man, it's pretty much like, hey, when you living for God, people gonna hate you. They hated Jesus without a cause, so they gonna hate you too, and you gotta be okay with that, and just push forward and keep moving.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, because I actually met him, guys. If you all don't know, you all will see the footage soon. It's not released yet. Jason Warrior's release party, release album, whatever you want to call it. Walk With You tour. There you go.
Yeah.
So I just talked to Jason not too long ago, but that's how I met GodSon, because he was performing there too. So you gave your testimony a little bit about how you was in the Army and everything. So thank you for your service. What can you say, like any advice to upcoming artists and everything like that?
Just keep pushing towards your dream.
Right.
You know, if you want to make it the reality, you got to make it the reality. You know, you always got to put God first and let God guide you in every area. And just to go off what you said about at the Jason Warrior tour, you know, we had some technical difficulties there. You know, shout out to my boy Jason Warrior. So I really didn't get to actually perform any of my songs. But, you know, after the third time, it was like, okay, God, I get it. So I just ministered, you know, and that's what I did. And you have to be ready. You have to be, you know, able to rap. You have to be able to talk to the people. You have to be able to minister to the people. So, you know, you have to be versatile. Don't just stick to one thing. Be able to, if you got to speak, you got to speak. If you're going to do music, you got to do music. But sometimes God say, nah, you're not finna do that. You finna do this because somebody need to hear what you got to say or hear your testimony. So you just be versatile, do your thing, keep God first, and you'll be all right.
So has that ever happened to you before?
No, it's not happened. That's the one time it's happened to me, and it's crazy because of my homeboy Derek. Shout out to Derek Wallace. We actually spoke about this in Bible study. You always got to be ready. You always got to be ready. So when it happened, the first thing I thought about was like, oh man, wait till I tell him this. You know, then I called him and told him. He's like, bro, I told you. You know, so it's just, you know, that's the first time it happened to me. It won't be the last.
Right.
But, you know, you say you always got to be ready.
So shout out to you artists. I just want to make sure that you all know, you know, because I just try to use this platform for underground artistry in general. Because, you know, some of them, they do. I had one lady, I never forget this. I was in Atlanta, and my producer was there. We was all in Atlanta, and we waiting on Destiny to perform. and the guy was performing whatever his the mic or something went out, and she ran around like crazy and said, the mic went out, the mic went out. I'm like, oh my God. So like I introduced myself because I was a previous manager, and I was like, if the mic ever goes out, I said, please don't run around. I said, my artists used to look at me like, what do I do? And I said, keep going. Yeah. I mean, what do you want me to? Right. Oh, I'm going to jump on stage and tell them, like, we have technical difficulties. Like, I'm not going to do none of that. You got to keep going. I was really hard, but I was, I meant well, and they already knew that. Yeah. But, I just commend you on everything you got going on. Yeah. So what's up next for you? What do you have coming next besides your singles? Any events or anything like that?
Actually, it's an international festival going on in downtown Chicago. On the 4th of July weekend, I'll be performing there. I got linked up to one of the guys that I know from church. Okay. Other than that, I'm just be shooting a bunch of music videos this summer, putting out some music, and really going forth,
So what, because you've been on Windy City Live, so who could you say was the person who was most valuable that you've met, like you wanted to meet, and have you met that person? Like who? You met them?
Seven. The guy.
Oh, you met him? Okay.
I met him twice. Out of Indiana, then he came out in Harvey. Okay. And he did a show, and I actually met him and got to talk to him. A real humble guy, but his music, he came from the streets. He was a blood at one point in time, and he really, his just powerful testimony let God use him. And he is who he is, no matter what nobody says. You know? So yeah, I thank God for him. Shout out to Seven, a Hog Mob. But yeah, that was a really, really humbling experience to meet him and really talk to him.
Do people do you feel as though people judge you a little bit, like being that you because some people in the church they're not really for rap at all. Do you feel like you get that same energy, like
Oh yeah. I mean, but like I say, that's what's gonna happen. Yeah. Because they're like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this. That's not what God wants you to do. Well, how is that? How can you say that when we actually reaching people through that? Because there's some people that won't step foot in the church because of the music. They won't listen to. Some people may not like the singing and all that, or the hooping and hollering, whatever the case may be. But if that's what you do, that's what you do. If that's what God's telling you to do it. It's no problem with it. But some people, some of these young people, that's all they do is listen to rap. And some of them are looking for just like that Christian artist, like, man. So it's like, we have to do what God tells us to do. Everybody has their own lane for the same purpose. God gives us a lane for the same purpose. So yours is you doing the interviews, you putting us on this, that, and the third to help us get to who we need to reach. Right. That's you helping us out. God put you in that lane. So when we come in, we have to all for the same purpose. And that's what it is. I mean, yeah, you get the haters, they gonna hate me. That's what it is. But you have to love them in spite of that, because you loving on them could change their whole perspective of everything they ever known or heard about gospel music or just Christianity in general.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. You nailed everything on the head for me, because that was my whole intent. Like I was so, and I've told you guys multiple times. But the thing was is that a lot of people when they get so hurt by church, they get hurt and they get mad at God. Yeah. And see, that was my thing. I was hurt by church, but I was never. I never took a toll and was like, what, God forget you. Like I wasn't that type of person, because I knew what God had took me from. It was a purpose for everything, and everything I believe it's a reason for everything. I don't care what it is and what it looks like. It's a reason for everything, and that's why I'm like, I always keep that in mind. Like me and Jason, we talked a little bit on that about the churches and everything, but it's always a reason for everything that goes on. You didn't get that, you didn't get that record deal. It's a reason for that. You didn't get that feature with somebody. It's a reason for that. Like I take everything, and you learn later on like what the reason was, but sometimes you don't, and it was just like further down the line you'll forget about it, and then it's like, dang, I'm glad I did not do that. Yeah. So I mean, I just think it's a purpose for everything. Like it's a purpose for him being here right now, because I really like GodSon, because I've heard about you for years, like growing up, especially like when I was listening to Ken Jones and everything like that. Your name popped up too, so it was like like, oh, I finally get to meet him. But I was like I've met him, like I told you guys, I never would think, a lot of people that I rub elbows with, I never would think I would have met them a day in my life, like a lot of people. So I'm just grateful for the record pool. I'm always grateful. So, everybody got their own opinions, but don't be a hater. Yeah. So that's what I take away from that. So what do you think, do you have any other advice besides what you gave us already that artists should do to get their music out there to prosper and everything like that?
perfect your craft. You know, nobody's gonna do it. Nobody wants it as bad as you want it.
Right.
You know, you gotta put your best foot forward. You know, a lot of doors may close in your face, but you gotta keep pushing. You know, you gotta get out there and hustle. I mean, the hustle is in every aspect, whether it's business, music, fashion, whatever. You gotta hustle. You know, God gave you that in you for a reason. You got to go be a go-getter, and we should be set apart. So we not to look, sound like, act like the world. You know, we got to go and make a change, and when we go make that change, it feels great. Like, you got to go into the highways and byways, like the Lord said. And that's the thing, go into them places that people say you can't go. Go to where they think you can't go and things like that. Because I did a show out in Joliet at a club. It's a club. They served me liquor and everything. I was the only gospel artist there. You know, and I prayed about this before I said yeah.
Right.
Because it's like, God may not want you to go everywhere.
Right.
I went. My boy Derek, Danny Camacho was out with me. My family was out there. I went, did perform a couple songs. I got off the stage. The security guard was like, hey, Psalms 118:17, I should not die and live but declare the works of the Lord. Now that's the scripture that God gave me when I first started my music. So I'm looking at him and he just gave me a big old hug. We talking about a big, you know, kind of dude. I come off something even to shake my hand and he gave me a hug and said that. And I'm like, man, you know, then one of the little guys that was going up next, he came up to me and was like, man, can you wait till I get done? And I was like, yeah. So after he got done, he came over, we prayed with him, he gave his life to Christ right then and there. You know, so that's why you have to really just go. You just gotta go and don't be scared about what nobody gotta say, don't care, none of that. I wasn't there for no applause, no handshakes. I was there to do what God wanted me to do. And obviously that one person out of those, however many people was there, got that message, you know, that God wanted to get. So just go forth and do what you gotta do. And people gonna see you, people gonna recognize you, the money gonna come, everything gonna come your way that God wants to come your way, you know. So don't worry about all that extra stuff, because God gonna take care of you.
Right. So I know you was with DJ KC when you was on Windy City Live. How'd you meet up with my boy? Dad loved DJ KC, so he stopped by through here. Shout out to you. So I want to know, how'd you guys link up? You just was like, you know, at an event, or how'd you guys?
It was just, you know, being around at events and, you know, like you did, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So hey, and I was like, hey, and I was like, all right, let's do it.
Right. He was so tired, guys. I'm like, I don't think this is the right time to be giving nobody my business. And I promise to God, I found one of my old business cards, because we just got new ones. So I found one more I had left, but I only had like 2 left. And I knew doggone well I could not give them all out, because I'm like, I only got 2. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, I got to use these ones to the best of my advantage, because my producer got on me. He said, how is it that you had 500 business cards? I said, I went to events. He said, Summer, I don't believe that. I said, I did, but I was just giving them out, whatever. Right. He was like, you giving them things out like it was candy. I said, but he was like, you supposed to give them out to people who you think gonna follow the record pool and do, you know what I'm saying, stuff for the record pool. I'm like, okay, well, that's what I thought I did. Right. But I'm like, I only had 2 business cards left. I thought I only had 1. So I said, hey, you know, give me a call. Let's set something up. Because I'm like, you know, his music is really phenomenal. If you all get a chance, I want you guys to listen, search up GodSon. Because you really, when you gave that testimony, whatever, I'm like, oh my God, because I'm like, I told Mario when we was upstairs, I said, Mario, I said, I think he was on Windy City Live. He was like, who was that? I said, GodSon. And he was like, oh. I said, but I'm not sure. I'm like, I ain't gonna say nothing. I don't know if that's him. So we upstairs still, and I said, Mario, that is him. He said, okay, you ain't got to hit me like that, G, but all right. But I'm like, that is him. I said, Mario, we got to get in contact with him. We got to. So once I found your Instagram, whatever, I'm like, cool, I'm following you. So, but yeah, you just got a really, really dope testimony for everybody. I think you just been doing amazing with everything. You beat the odds. Yeah. You really beat the odds. So, I mean, because it's not normal for people to get into gospel music and then they like, well... Yeah. This ain't for me, and then change the little realm or change their little lane. It's not common, and if you think gospel rap is common, it's really not. Nah. You get so much backlash for everything you say. You know, people own you every time. Like I had this stuff happen to me, so you know, it's not like something that's foreign. You know, when you in this industry, you in this entertainment business, like it's nothing's personal anymore. Nothing's like quiet anymore. Everything is just everywhere. So, do you have any last words? Any shout outs you want to give?
And just shout out to my boy Derek Wallace, Danny Camacho.
Shout out you.
Pretty much, man. Just everybody out there. You know, if you're living for the Lord, continue to living, continue to prosper. You know, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, every social media out there. It's at GodSon Music, GodSonMusik. You know, and that's it, man. Be blessed.
All right. So, guys, we're going to sign off out of here. Make sure you follow him on all his social media. Follow me at real_summertime_fan. Information is below. If you want to check out the event, we'll have that posted below, too. So, it's your girl, Summertime Fan. It's your boy, GodSon. We out. Peace.
If I told you, if I told you you were beautiful, if I told you you were beautiful, if I told you you were beautiful,
Accessing Libin.tv can be done in 3 easy steps. Step 1. From your Android device, log on to Libin.tv and purchase one of our 4 subscription plans. A username and password will be emailed to you after your purchase. Step 2. Download our Libin.tv app from the Google Play Store to your Android device. Step 3. Log into our app with your username and password and start enjoying Libin.tv. Over 6,000 channels including live TV, sports, movies, and much more. All for $20 a month. Log on and try us out today. Libin.tv, connecting you to a bigger world.